Hi, I'm Terry from EverydaySober.com, and I'm here to tell you that if you think you have a problem with alcohol and you're having trouble quitting, you actually never have to drink again. Or maybe you think you just need to cut back and you're having trouble with that. Cutting back or quitting alcohol can be a very difficult thing to accomplish. Now, there are many factors to consider and many things that usually have to change in your life to be successful. I've often heard, why don't you just quit? Well, in my experience, it's just not that easy. Very often, an alcoholic has to hit rock bottom to embrace the changes needed to successfully quit. One of our goals here at EverydaySober.com is to help you identify if alcohol is a problem for you before you hit rock bottom. Or maybe you're already there and you're just desperate to quit. We started this website to give people a resource and the tools you need to get sober. We're here for alcoholics and people that might be wondering if they have an alcohol problem. We give you information based on our experience with alcohol and alcohol addiction. And from my personal experience, dealing with thousands of alcoholics, you can receive some very valuable information, tools, and tips from a recovered alcoholic. Now, we're not doctors or trained addiction counselors. The information you get within these videos is provided as a resource only, and it's not to be used or relied upon for any diagnostic or treatment purposes. You gotta seek professional help. Our website is not to be used as a substitute for professional diagnosis or treatment. Alcoholism is serious, so don't mess around. You gotta get professional help. It's imperative. So, first understand this. Alcoholism can happen to anyone. No matter your intelligence, your social stature, your economic status, your education, that's including your alcohol abuse education, or your past, or your potential, your family history, etc., etc. Alcoholism doesn't discriminate. Alcoholism is a progressive disease. In my experience, and what I've seen dealing with thousands of alcoholics, is that one's alcohol use usually gets worse every time and over time. It never gets better. I mean, sure, you might be able to cut back or even quit for a time, but if you're an alcoholic and you're not in active sobriety, your alcoholism will get worse. I've seen this and experienced this firsthand many times. Alcoholics tend to have some common characteristics. For instance, alcoholics can manipulate almost any situation to get the alcohol they want. An alcoholic will tend to obsess about alcohol, or when they can get their next drink. They may plan their life around alcohol or drinking activities. I know I sure did. Alcoholics often live a double life. The outward life of everything being together and successful, and the inner life where things are slowly caving in and things just really aren't that good. Often an alcoholic is going to justify their drinking by taking care of simpler things really well. Like they might take care of the house or doing their jobs really well, so they deserve a good stiff drink at the end of the day. Often alcoholics will seek professional therapy, but just end up lying to those therapists and saying that the therapy didn't work or something like that. Alcoholics usually know deep down that something is wrong. A lot of times they know it's alcohol, but many times they think it's everything but alcohol. Many times an alcoholic will research for the answer on the internet. They might look up things like, am I an alcoholic? Or how much can I drink and not be an alcoholic? Or maybe they might look up, how much does an alcoholic actually drink? So if you're doing this, you might want to consider that non-alcoholics don't search the internet for that answer. So there's some good indicators right there. What usually happens is because of the progressive nature of alcoholism, things eventually come crashing down. Sometimes it's all at once, sometimes it takes a long time. An alcoholic often starts to obsess about their problems, but they can't figure out how to solve them. Or more accurately, an alcoholic will try to solve their problems by doing the wrong thing or doing nothing at all except maybe just drink the problem away. Drinking more alcohol takes away these feelings and obsessions, so drinking seems to be the answer. Alcohol gets rid of the obsession temporarily, But those feelings and obsessions just get put off until later. And thus the circle of alcoholism goes. Sometimes people become desperate to get out of this obsessive alcohol loop, but they don't know how. Sometimes the suicidal thoughts will happen because there just may not seem to be any other way out. Well, there really is. You can quit drinking. If you're experiencing any of these feelings, you gotta get help now. Alcoholism is not your fault. It's an illness of the mind and the body. The mind obsesses and craves the alcohol, but the body's allergic to it. Most of us can come up with some reasons why we might have become alcoholics, but in reality, no one really knows. Maybe you're trying to quit for the first time, or maybe you've tried once before. Maybe you've even tried many times. It doesn't matter where you are in that respect. What matters now is that you're trying now to get and stay sober. Now, we have lots of tools and videos to help you with your sobriety. It's important to consistently work on sobriety. We can easily get back into our old active alcoholic habits. Many times the mind is going to try to convince you that we can control our drinking. It may not be the first drink or the second drink that gets us. It may not happen in a couple of weeks or even a couple of months. But if an alcoholic starts to drink again, they will get worse than before. That's a guarantee. Getting and staying sober is as simple as not drinking. You'd think, but however, there are many factors involved in developing a sober mindset for not drinking. They really are quite simple, but they have to be worked on consistently. That's why most alcoholics keep drinking despite the negative consequences. The key is to be willing, honest, especially to yourself, open-minded for whatever it'll take, and not just be willing to do the work, but actually doing the work that's necessary to stay sober. Look around my website, everydaysober.com, and subscribe. Leave me a comment so we can help each other find the way to a happy, sober life. I'm Terry from everydaysober.com, and thanks so much for watching my video.